Hi, Attorney Steve Vondran, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Vondran Legal Hour. Okay, so we are talking in this podcast, this is general legal information only, by the way, and not legal advice or a substitute for legal advice. If you need legal advice, what do? Call Attorney Steve, that's what you do. So anyway, we are talking in this podcast, which is also going to be put on our YouTube channel. We are talking about copyright infringement, software infringement. We are talking about tough economy. We are talking about building job skills. Here's the situation, okay? So this is a situation that has come to us in the past, and that is this. You're in the middle of your job searching. You're out of work. You're looking for a job. You're looking for your dream job, and they're asking you for certain skills that you don't have. One, for example, must-have skill in Siemens product lifecycle management software. That may be something that somebody's looking for, and their software is basically, a real nice software product that helps you, get your products to market and accelerate your product cycle. So this is a key skill for you, and you could get this great job, but you don't have that skill, and you say, well, I got to get that skill. I got to get that skill, so I can beef up my resume, beef up my LinkedIn account, all these things, So you say to yourself, but how do I get the software? It's expensive. I can't afford a class. If I could afford classes, I'm looking for a job, so I don't have the time for it. So a lot of things like this. So you say to yourself, well, I've got a friend that can get that for me, or maybe I can download the software from a website like BitTorrent or something like that. And so you decide to go for it. You download the software, or maybe somebody's selling it to you on a thumb drive, something like that, and so you're just going, well, look, it's just it's a fair use. I'm just exploring it. I'm just seeing if it will load on my computer. I'm just seeing how it works. I'm just playing with the features. I'm trying to train myself. And so some people will ask, Attorney Steve, is that a fair use? Is that a fair use? And it's not an easy question to answer. The copyright laws are very strong. I tell all my clients this, the copyright laws were put together by some of the biggest industries in their lobbies, the music industry, the movie industry, the software industry. Any of these creative products that are created, are usually protected by copyrights. So the copyright laws are very, very strong. And, but there is an exception to the copyright laws, and that is the fair use doctrine. And the fair use doctrine applies if you have a fair use, if you're making a legitimate use that under the law, which is the statute and a lot of the different federal cases that interpret the fair use statute, then you might be okay with it, okay? But, as I advise people, I wouldn't take my chances with downloading and using software and hoping that somehow this would be deemed a fair use. The old saying with fair use is, you better, if you're going to try for it, if you're going to rely on it, you better be good. It's like shooting the king. Don't miss. Because if you miss, now you're in copyright infringement, now you've got issues, now you're getting the letters, and those are the clients that our firm deals with, is people that get the letters from Siemens, and they may be getting notice of a lawsuit, they may be getting a copyright infringement notice, they may be getting a demand letter asking for large, trust me, large amounts of money. So this can be really nerve-wracking, especially if you are in a job. And it can get even more nerve-wracking if you just got hired. Say you use their software and you learned all the skills, and it was, you got it on a thumb drive, you loaded it up, you really became the wizard at it, you put it on your resume. Now you get your job and you're all excited because you got that nice paying job. And then you get the notice from Siemens that you're involved in a lawsuit, or that they know that you're illegally using their software and installing it on your computer, and they want to come seek damages from you. And you say, well, wait a second, I just got a job here and I was just using it to learn. These are not situations that you want to find yourself in. So what I usually recommend is that if you're going to try to learn the software, take a class. Just take a class. It may cost you some money. First of all, somebody will be training you, which is nice. You'll learn the software much quicker. But take a class, or you can always try to call Siemens or some of these other companies, VeroCam or whatever, Autodesk. You can try to call them and say, hey, do you have a version that I can use, a trial version, something for a student version? You can ask these questions. I'm not saying they're going to do it for you, but I would much rather try that route and see if I can get the software legally than trying to rely on some sort of fair use defense. So But that's just me, you know, that's just the way I look at it. So, because you know what, the other downside is you end up getting the job, and now you have, as a litigator myself, you have attractive assets. Now you have a job. If I can get a judgment against you, I can then go seek to garnish your wages. Okay, so now can you imagine, you get your job, there's a lawsuit, you don't really have, you fight it on fair use grounds, you know, or whatever defenses else you may have, but then let's say you ultimately lose, you know, now somebody's going to be taking money out of your paycheck each month, you know, a percentage of your paycheck. You know, that's not fun. Your employer then finds out and all kinds of things. So, you know, I always recommend try to do it legit, try to get that legitimate copy, try to go through the proper channels. Take a class, that's always a good idea. However, if you find yourself in that situation where you get the infringement letter, demand letter, give us a call. We can help you try to get these settled and negotiated privately, confidentially, and you know, try to get you through this little mess. Okay, we'll argue the defenses. It's a little bit different in every case. Fair use is something that would come up. I wrote a great blog on it if you want to really get into details where I really sort of really drill down and go after the elements of fair use. Then go to softwareauditlawyers.com. I believe that's blog number 50 on my website, so that's softwareauditlawyers.com. And if you need any help, we're here to help. So hope this has been helpful. Keep it legit. Keep yourself out of trouble. Attorney Steve, take care. Have a great weekend. We'll see you again. Bye now.